do a podcast or a YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and to share this inspiration and knowledge with others.
So you
Is
have an idea of what your purpose is.
yes.
Okay. And you discovered your purpose after having had an experience, a spiritual experience.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Okay.
It sounds like you're already on the way.
Yes, but it's been tough. It's been tough. I was very, I guess, naive in terms of how I thought this would happen when I first decided I wanted to do it. I thought,
Mm.
well, now that I understand, like now that I'm connected with God, like God is going to help me do all of this, and it's just going to come to me, without not without effort, but it's going to be a smooth sailing to that goal. It
Mhm.
wasn't. It was a lot of work. I went to a public speaking class
Mhm.
or club, which I did for 2 years.
Mhm.
And I started recording videos, and those didn't get much traction in the beginning, and so that was a little bit disappointing because here I was sharing these nuggets of inspiration and things that I felt so deeply connected to, and yet it was falling flat when it came to likes, let's say, or people commenting or any of that. And then I got some feedback from people, and they said, okay, like, I saw you post videos, but when I listen to that stuff, I don't understand what you're talking about,
Okay.
right? So it's too esoteric. For me, it was inspiring. For the average person that was on my friends list, they had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
So I
So
said, okay, yeah.
go ahead. Go on.
I was going to say, so I said, okay, it's not connecting with people, so I need to meet people at their level of
Right.
entry point,
Right.
right? Long story short,
You
I've,
just have
I've
to make it short. You have 25 minutes. You can
okay.
tell your story. That's fine.
Well, I've been adjusting. And when the pandemic hit, I lost almost all of my personal training clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, wow, now I have the time to do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started a YouTube channel. I started making YouTube videos. And again, there wasn't this rapid explosion of interest, very tough, very slow, so much work, very, very tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed creating the thinking of a topic that would help and recording the video and editing it and all of that. But again, I was slightly disappointed by the fact that even though I was putting so much energy and passion into it, it wasn't having much of a impact as far as I thought.
Were you disappointed with your work as well as with your input, your effort, or was it just simply you were disappointed with the response?
I would say with the response.
Okay. And so then you were very invested in the outcome,
Hmm.
and the response was very important.
Yes.
Okay. What did you learn about that?
In the end, a lot, a lot. The 1 year of creating content for YouTube really helped me to explore a lot of the ideas that I had circulating up here and to really flesh them out and to really understand what it is that my understanding is of the spiritual path,
Right.
how it can apply to addiction and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found it extremely useful in that regard, that it really, like now that I sponsor people who are also going through addiction, I take them through the 12 steps as a sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helped me to do that. I've picked up a sponsee through the YouTube channel. So there have been some videos that are modestly successful, and generating some traction.
Mm-hmm.
And then that put me into, okay, what do I really want to do? How can I really help people? Because, okay, it's nice to see a video, but
Mm-hmm.
like, how do we take it further? And so my next sort of dream from that is, okay, let's create a series of courses that are meditation based. I'm a certified Ananda meditation teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, let's do a beginner's course, let's do an intermediate course, let's do an advanced course, and tie it into recovery from addiction, because I find that in the 12-step program, the people that do the 12 steps but then don't further expand their spiritual horizons, they tend to get stuck, they feel unhappy again, and they sort of, you know, they don't flourish. And I feel like because I've taken this path of intense absorption into the spiritual path and meditation daily and
Mhm.
like it just truly, like a nuclear reactor, it inspired me inside. I said, okay, like I know people will benefit from this. And I interviewed a lot of them, and the people that do feel great after 2, 3, 4 years of recovery are the ones that do the thing that I did. They go and expand themselves
Right.
and they pursue that.
And it sounds like getting back to your initial focus then, are you curious whether or not you're on the right path, or are you curious that you haven't found your niche in your path?
Mm. I feel like I'm on the right path.
Okay, so you are on the right. So you've answered your own question. You are on the right career path.
But I've been probably my worst enemy in the sense that I haven't fully surrendered myself to that pursuit as much as I feel like I could. And I have certain reservations about it because I'm 36. I got married last year, November. Because of my many years of drug addiction, I never was able to actually work on a career. So everything is very new.
Right.
And I never saved any money. I spent all of it on drugs, right? And so I'd like to have a kid, like a baby, and I'd like to own my own place. And so financially, I feel a bit of pressure because I feel like, okay, I need to invest time and money into this pursuit, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I feel like it's the right thing for me to do.
So then your primary challenge right now is not the fact that you're not clear about your career path and about how you need to proceed with that. Is that in addition to that, it sounds like you have a challenge to ask yourself as a householder, how am I going to do this and take care of my family and reasonably accomplish some of my goals as a family person? Is
Mhm.
that where we are?
I think so.
So, what are the challenges that are interfering with you exploring that? And I want to set the right career path aside for a minute because, I do hear where you're at, and a lot of people have been there, and there are ways to expand and grow where you are because you're going to meet people who are where you are too in the future as you continue to share your ministry with others. Um, and so, what kinds of challenges have you encountered to being gainfully employed in this past year? I think some of it might be obvious, but let's go through the exercise. You did say that you were making your income being a personal trainer and you lost many of your clients.
Mhm.
So, um, what do you envision the possibility of resuming that work, or do you look at that at all?
I have gotten some of them back, but it's about a third of the people. So I would say that I'm making probably half of what I was earning the year prior. So yeah, so 50%. Since then, I've also started teaching meditation one-on-one.
Mhm.
I teach a meditation class. I also created an online course, but not specific to addiction. It was actually, I met somebody and we partnered up on an online yoga platform. And so I said, okay, this is my chance to sort of try this, but in partnership with someone, because I want to create this course eventually
Mhm.
for people who are in recovery, but
Mhm.
I get to create the course and also sort of have them do the marketing and the business side because it's something that I recognize I have no experience with.
Mhm.
I love the creative aspect, but the marketing and the business part, I don't really have any experience with that.
Right. I think it's very smart to partner with someone who's already done that and who can help you to guide your energies in that.
Mhm.
And so then we have two different things here. As I'm listening to you, I think that you're indicating that you're spending some energy trying to balance how
Mhm.
you're going to proceed with two very important passions in your life. One sounds like is training persons, not just personal training, but the practices, the spiritual practices that you appreciate and thrive with. And on the other hand, how you're going to balance that with other aspects of your interest for developing and expanding your ministry. Did I
Mhm.
hear that right?
So the personal training for me right now is, even though I still enjoy doing it, I feel like it's something that I'm transitioning out of.
Okay.
So if you were to tell me, okay, do you want to get all of your clients back and become super busy with that, and
Mhm.
then leave this aside? I would say that would be like my worst nightmare.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you see yourself transforming.
Yes, absolutely. It's
So
been at the back of my mind the entire time that I've been in recovery and too busy to actually start these other pursuits because I was too busy with my clients, and then COVID presented me with that perfect opportunity.
well, thank you so much for sharing that and clarifying that for me. I would like to do a progression if you don't mind. It's a very, very short progression and
Mhm.
something that I shared with my son when he was in his doctoral program several years ago. That was very helpful to him, something that's been helpful to me as well. And I wonder if you would just close your eyes. And as I invited you before, to just breathe. As you continue to breathe, we know that thoughts will come and thoughts will go. And as the thoughts come, the doubts, the worry, I'd like for you to just let them go like clouds. It's okay if they come, and it's okay to let them go. As much as you can, just release all the thoughts in your mind right now as you are reminded that you are in the presence of God and that God is in you. You are whole and you are well, for God is in you. And I want you to move beyond where you are to the answers that are bubbling up inside you right now. Just open to the future, open to what lies right in front of you. And I want you to visualize yourself 6 months from now, having resolved all of this. Where are you located? What do you see? Where is your joy? Now I want you to take a deep breath of gratitude for all that you offer and that all that you are and all that God offers through you to your environment, to your work. Take another deep breath and exhale. Feel the peace, feel the calm in your heart. Relax your heart, bringing that energy up the spinal column into the frontal lobe. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back to this space.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tell me about your experience.
I find that when I don't, when I'm in that place that I was just at, where I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I feel God's presence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that I worry about seem very insignificant
Mm-hmm.
and almost like just unnecessary distractions.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I would like for us to talk just a little bit longer. I think that our 20 minutes is up,
Mhm.
but I would like to share with you some other thoughts that I had um, when I was preparing for you. Um, I was wanting to ask you where you are now and what did you imagine you wanted to be in the future, not just in a